I can see it in your eyes that you are restless. The time has come for you to leave. It's so hard to let you go, but in this life I know you have to be who you were made to be. As you step out on the road, I'll say a prayer, so that in my heart you always will be there. This is not goodbye. I know we'll meet again, so let your life begin, 'cause this is not goodbye. It's just I love you to take with you until you're home again. The stirring in your soul has left you wondering, should you stay or turn around? Well, just remember that your dreams, they are a promise, that you were made to change the world. So don't let fear stop you now, 'cause this is not goodbye. I know we'll meet again, so let your life begin, 'cause this is not goodbye. It's just I love you to take with you until you're home again. Oh, I know the brightest star above was created by the one who loved more than we'll ever know, to guide you when you're lost. What started as a still small voice is raging now, and your only choice is to follow who you are. So follow who you are, 'cause this is not goodbye. I know we'll meet again.
will never be. In the end, I would like to say, goodbyes are not forever. Goodbyes are not the end. They simply mean we will miss you until we meet again. Thank you so much, brother, for everything.
Class 7A expresses their love and gratitude to our dear brothers, to Brother Carroll, who has emphasized on love for nature and each other, to Brother Tomy, who has instilled in us virtues of integrity and empathy in order to accomplish excellence in every field, and to Brother Rajesh, who has constantly been a friendly guide throughout his stay at Manor House. God bless you, brothers, and may you keep radiating your love globally.
Dear brothers and teachers, I am Akshat Garg. How sad the moment is when I am doing the farewell of my loving and respecting brothers. Brother Tomy always says that STC is a home away from home, and he made it alike. Meet and part is a fate, but the loving years with you can never be forgotten. Best of luck for a shining future. May God's grace be always with you.
Dear brother, I come before you today with a lot of emotions. Though I'm not an emotional man, I'm highly honored to deliver this farewell speech. Furthermore, I have a lot of memories of you which shall remain with me till my dying day. Today, I realized how time flies by. I really thank you from the bottom of my heart for whatever you have done for us. Thank you, brother. We Manorized will miss you and we all love you.
Good evening, brother. My name is Yuvraj Singla. I am from class 7C. Brother, you have always been our source of inspiration and motivation. Your knowledge, vision and wisdom in turning this world into a place of hope and peace are of great importance to our generation. We promise you that we will continue
an appreciation for Reverend Brother J.C. Carroll, and this is certainly a privilege. When I was preparing this speech, the first words that came to me were those of Cassius in conversation with Brutus in Julius Caesar, when he says, "Why, man, he doth bestride the narrow world like a colossus." As I stand here to deliver this farewell address for Brother Carroll, another quote from the same play, which is a favorite of the entire English department, Brother Carroll included, comes to mind. His life is gentle, and the elements so mixed in him that nature might stand up and say to all the world, "This is a man." I've appropriated the text and taken poetic license with the tense, but I do hope the late bard will forgive me. The words I quoted a few seconds ago instantly connect us to Brother Carroll. This is a man indeed, gently firm, outstandingly honorable, a man of absolute conviction of idea, and most of all, the ability to look at the world without judgment, using instead a keen sense of observation like no other. He is an intellectual colossus, possessing a wit that few have been blessed with, and enjoys a good conversation. He has a wide range of the anecdote, an astounding memory, and is always ready with a story from his travels. A friend of mine once said, I'm tongue-tied in front of Brother Carroll. Today, I must admit that for all my preparations, I am too. For mere words cannot describe what you, Brother Carroll, are to Manor House. The extent of your contribution to the welfare of the entire Manorite family, the guidance, the mentoring, the Irish jokes, the wry observations, every moment will be fondly remembered. You will always hold a very special place in each of our hearts, and the umbrella of your love and understanding will help us through many a tired step, even though you may not be physically present at Manor House. The English department will always remember what we have learned from you. So let me tell you a little bit about that little, that visitor's lounge there. So the department would be sitting with Brother Carroll, each of us, with our examination papers, hoping for approval without too much of the, famed Irish sarcasm. And the first question would read something like this: who is the poet of the poem? And Brother Carroll would go, which poem? What are you talking about? Be specific. You've got to point out the specifics. Veronica and I will always remember that. If I were to go into every little and not so little thing that we learned in that tiny visitor's lounge, the account would extend into the midnight hour. Thank you, brother. We have acquired much from you. A lot from what you said, and more from your silence as you weighed your words and smiled. I know Juliana will look back with wistful memory of how brother was always a source for old photographs for the magazine, a storehouse of information, a font of wisdom, a key to the past. Pallavi and Nancy will remember Brother Carroll as they continue their evening walks, hopefully. Since they began, they have inevitably run into brother, keeping himself fitter than all of us. On the professional front, I will always be grateful to you, brother, for being a solid resource center, a sounding board, a listening ear whenever I wanted to analyze a point in literature or know the meaning of a word which couldn't be found in any of the dictionaries of the world. Well, any of my dictionaries at any rate. On the personal front, the gratitude goes much further because of your book recommendations. I will never forget Shantaram and the discussions we've had about Auschwitz. Knowing that there is someone on campus that you can talk books to is such a gift, a precious gift that I will sorely miss. But you have promised to stop by for a cuppa, and I will hold you to that. That and our balconies. Each of us here would like to extend our deepest appreciation to you, Brother Carroll, for every single thing that you have done, directly or indirectly, for all of us at Manor House. We pray for your good health. May the Lord keep you under his mighty wing of protection. May you always be full of your customary good humor and your gentle goodness. May your flowers grow with as much enthusiasm as you plant them. May you continue to be blessed with the spirit of endeavor, the indomitable courage of great men, and the joy of both ordinary and extraordinary success. Thank you, brother. I now invite Mrs. Susan Kurian, coordinator of the junior school, to present a memento to Reverend Brother J.C. Carroll, and Mr. Vincent Joseph, coordinator of examinations, to present Brother Carroll with a token of love and appreciation. Brother, if you would please grace the stage with your wonderful presence.
Maybe we should go back to the very beginning. I came to St. George's first in 1964. A lot of you weren't around probably in 1964. So you won't know what I'm talking about. I left Ireland in October. I was supposed to have come earlier, but as you know, Jawaharlal Nehru died in 1964. So the Indian embassy in Dublin was busy and they didn't have time to give a visa to an 18-year-old applicant. They had more important things to do. But anyhow, eventually I got the visa and left from Dublin, flew to London, and then flew from London within a couple of hours to Delhi by Air India. And we dropped off in a number of places, I remember. And I was met in Delhi in the early hours of the morning by Brother Byrne, not the Brother Byrne who was principal here, Brother Raymond Byrne, who died in Dehradun, and he's buried in the cemetery across the way. He took me across to the so-called residence at the time, T8, and it's today an officer's mess. There was no residence as such at the time for the brothers, and we had a cup of tea. That's about all I kind of felt like having. And then he took me into the city, and we went to Nehru's Samadhi and Gandhi's Samadhi, and then he took me to the bus stop. And he gave me some money. I have no idea how much he gave me. And he gave me a small slip of paper. And on that paper was written, St. Joseph's Academy, Rajpur Road, Dehradun. And I was put on the bus, and he says, all the best. Well, I think all the best was putting it mildly. We travelled in this, those days there were no air-conditioned buses. We went on for hours and hours and hours, crowds everywhere, and eventually we pulled into this place where there were literally millions of people. And I said, thank God we have arrived. And I took out the slip of paper and I showed it to the chap sitting next to me. And I said, have we arrived? And he says, we're only halfway. It happened to be Muzaffarnagar. So anyhow, we pulled in to the bus stand and everyone got out and they were buying stuff, all kinds of sweet stuff, and some were having tea and all that, and I didn't feel like any of it because there were, as well as millions of people, there were millions of flies. And I said, nothing, no, I better stay away from all this. And then I noticed one thing. I saw a chap selling bananas. And I said, I know these are safe because I can peel them. So I went over to this chap and I handed him some money, no idea how much I gave him. And he gave me a whole armful of bananas. So I walked back onto the bus, and there was a famous Irish weekend show called The Late Late Show. It still goes on. And at every show, there was a surprise. And the host would say, introducing this particular point, he would say, this, that, and the other. And he says, there's one for each one in the audience. Somebody would be advertising something. So it was the same with my bus. There was a banana for each one on the bus. So anyhow, off we went eventually, and we again travelled for hours and hours and hours. Remember, I started in Dublin and I was going non-stop. Eventually we arrived up in Dehradun. And this chap who was sitting beside me took me up to the gate, the St. Joseph's gate. And the gentleman came to the gate. I remember his name was Mr. Rawat. He was a study master. Those days, St. Joseph's had a boarding school. And had boarding, rather. And he took me up to the brother's residence. Now I remember, nobody was expecting me. Nobody ever heard of me. I was a total stranger. I didn't know anybody. I didn't know a single brother in Dehradun or Missouri. And I had to introduce myself and say that I'm a patrician brother. I have just landed from Ireland, and this is the address I was given. So anyhow, they put me up for the night. And the next day, I was put on another bus. And at this time I had a companion, Brother John Campbell. So we started off from Dehradun, from Missouri, and I was sitting in the first seat on the left. And I will never forget those turns, because the bus seemed to go out over the turn, particularly when you were sitting in that particular seat. And I said, my God, talk about the journey from Delhi. There's no comparison. Anyhow, we eventually reached Bhatta. And in those days, you got off there to come to St. George's. So I put my suitcase of whatever I had on my, I carried it anyhow. And we walked up from Budget to Barlagunge and up the slope and landed here. So that was my introduction to St. George's 56 years ago. And I hope I haven't bored you with details. I'm just going back to the very beginning, and as the song says, it's a very good place to start. So, since then I have been linked with St. George's. We travelled a bit, we went to Bombay, we went to Kannur, and then I ended up in Delhi after that for a few months, and then up to St. George's again for a few months, and then all the way down to Chennai. So I was there for 3 years, and I learned many things apart from literature. I learned how to eat with my hands from a banana leaf, and I learned to struggle into buses and out of buses and into the suburban trains and out of them. So my first official posting to St. George's was in 1968. And then since then, so 68, 69, 70, 71. As I said, these 3 years are missing from there. So since then, as I said, I have been closely linked with St. George's. And it's always, I have very happy memories. Looking back, right back to 1964, once I got off that last bus at Butter, I have had very happy memories of St. George's. Because as you know, when you work in a boarding school, the affection that you get from the students and the parents, and of course the close association of working with the teachers, is something that really gels and bonds you. Something you will never forget. And the students never forget you. The parents never forget you. And that is the big difference, of course, between a day school and a boarding school. So those of us, all of us here, have the privilege of working in St. George's, which is, as you know, essentially boarding. And we're lucky to have made so many friends down the line, and that's what keeps us going. That enthusiasm from the students, the affection from the students, and you got a sense of it there a few minutes ago, that they never forget you really. Okay, I don't know if there's a time limit on this, because I've travelled halfway around the world in the space of a few minutes. So with that, thank you for organising today's farewell. You won't believe this, I have left St. George's on 1, 2, 3, this is the official third leaving, but this is the first farewell that I have had in all these years from St. George's. So I'm very, very grateful to the people who organised this farewell, the brothers, the teachers. Thank you so much, and thank you, ma'am, for your kind words, something I will cherish and remember, and hopefully continue to live up to your expectations of me. So all the very best, the best of luck to all of you, and keep well, particularly these days when, you know, every paper, every magazine, every speech for that matter, reminds us of how vulnerable we are in these times. So look after yourselves, and may God bless you all. Thank you.
Work. कभी सोचा है हमेशा जैक के साथ जिल ही क्यों जाती है हिल पे? जैक के साथ जॉनी भी तो जा सकता है।
It's a unisex song.
मेरा दिल जिसको दूं तुझको क्या, दुनिया वाले जो भी बोले कहने दो मुझको क्या। मैं दुल्हन दुल्ला आज इजहार करता हूँ, मैं आदमी हूँ आदमी से प्यार करता हूँ।
Good morning, brothers, respected brothers. Good morning, father. Good morning, sisters, and all my dear colleagues. According to me, that it's very easy to read the novel, finish the long novel, but if anyone will ask, write down the summary, it becomes difficult to mention all the important things that give you the proper knowledge of that novel. The same thing happened with me, delivering a speech for Brother Tomy. In few minutes, it's very difficult, but I tried my level best with the prayers and the grace of the Almighty and the support of the staff. I tried my best to give you whatever the work Brother Tomy has done for all of us, not only for the school, not only for the teachers, not only for the students. He uplifted not only the mentally, but in terms of soul also. So here it is. Ever it has been known that love knows not its own depth until the hour of separation. These words of the world-renowned author Khalil Gibran come to my mind as we gather today to bid a heartfelt farewell to Brother Tomy. And quite true to Gibran's words, it wasn't until today morning that the fact of his departure hit me squarely, reminding me of those innumerable memories and teachings that were accumulated in the last 7 years of having worked under his able guidance. I still remember the day when Brother Tomy took control the helm of the manor house in 2014, and the first difference that we felt was that a man had come in with an absolute mission and vision of making the school reach new heights. And I can proudly state the fact that since then St. George's College has always gone over and above in achieving new levels of excellence with each passing academic year. From inspiring the young Mennonites to motivating a diverse set of educators and teachers, Brother Tomy has always inculcated the importance of education that goes beyond the context of books and classrooms, extending values that have not only shaped the future of numerous students, but also chiseled the personalities of teachers to perfection. In a day and age where quality education is becoming increasingly important for the betterment of our societies, the Mennonites have always found a father figure in Brother Tomy to look up to in terms of extending values that provide both mental and spiritual growth. Values that help them to become responsible and contributing members of society and continue doing so. His presence as an able administrator instilled a strong sense of teamwork amongst the staff members as well. Teaching gradually became a meaningful task that was done as a teamwork rather than being an individual task. The understanding we had with him extended to getting earnest solutions to professional as well as personal issues. Taking my own personality as an example that has gone through multiple changes and has evolved victoriously through him. It wouldn't be too far-fetched to state that I became a better teacher under his guidance and tutelage. The kind of exposure I received under him made me a more confident educator, enabling me to discover new aspects of my personality that were until now hidden from my own self. The various opportunities that were provided made me a better leader, enabling me to spearhead various projects to the best of my capabilities. These are teachings that will go with me a long way in defining me as a teacher, and it all started with Brother Tomy. And I'm sure that like me, other teachers present here would also have similar learnings that they gained while working with him. Multiple seminars that provided immense exposure have helped the teachers in their overall development. Thus in turn, as in many subtle ways, positively impacted the quality of education being provided to the students. In short, St. George's College, replete with teachers and students, has achieved a lot of milestones in both academics and cultural fields. From achieving a milestone of getting a 98% result in ICSE and IAC, to conducting various cultural programs, sports activities, the success of the school has been diverse and never-ending. but many more such milestones are yet to be conquered, and we want to thank you for making us ready to face and achieve all those goals.
There are no goodbyes for us. Wherever you are always in our hearts. Rightly said by Mahatma Gandhi, this quote signifies the importance to move forward and succeed in one's life. My name is Uday Agarwal, and I am here to present a short farewell note from class 9th. Brother has not only been kind and compassionate towards students, but has also given SGC new heights. With this short farewell note, we all thank Brother and hope that he succeeds in his life. Thank you.
Goodbye, brothers. We all will miss you. Our best wishes and prayers to you for everything in the future you do. Our last goodbye, brothers, shall not be a sad one, but a joyful and grateful one, brothers, as you were the ones who told us to embrace change with wide open arms. Goodbye, brothers. A lot of success to you. For the last time you had our heartfelt goodbyes to you. My name is Ashwin Garg, and I feel very proud to give the brothers the parting speech on behalf of class 9th B.
Dear brothers, newcomers at St. George's College are petrified in such a disciplined atmosphere, hoping they don't go wrong with anything. But the amicable environment you created all over the campus helped them to be their part of this institution. You always motivated and helped us whenever we were in dire needs. You not only were able to improve result in all courses, but you also created a stress-free learning environment for students. I thank you for your hard work and wish you best of luck for your future endeavors.
The very first word that comes to my mind upon hearing the name of Brother Tomy is a leader. I cannot imagine where SGC would be today without his vision. He is a person who sets extremely high goals and chases after them relentlessly, inspiring everybody in the process. Brother, I cannot thank you enough for whatever you've done, not only for SGC, but for me as well. You may leave SGC today, but you'll be remembered in every man in its heart forever. Thank you, brother. You'll be missed.
I don't know how to start thanking Brother Tomy for whatever he has done for the entire Man Right family. Because be it architecture, academics, co-curriculars, athletics, sports, he has given his best in every field possible. I joined school in 2014 and since then I have been under his guidance and support. And I am not certain of what profession I will pursue or what kind of a human being I will be in the future. But I am certain of one thing, that whatever I am today, all the qualities, abilities that I have today are because of Brother Tomy's support and guidance. The direction that he gave us, the direction that he gave the Man Right family cannot be better than what he has given us. Thank you, brother, for all that you have done for us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, brothers, for always helping us and believing in us. I assure you that we will get high grades in the 2021 ICSE examinations and make you proud. I thank you for your guidance and support throughout these years.
Brother Carroll, as architect of character and infrastructure, you have made St. George's a prominent seat of learning. We humbly acknowledge and proclaim your sincerity and dedication as an example par excellence. You are the hallmark of sacrifice and perseverance. Brother Tomy, you are the epitome of perfection, armed with zealous zeal to extract the true potential of every Mannerite. Under your vigilant care and persistent motivation, we discovered our innate abilities and explored our capabilities to excel in every field. We adore you and are sincerely grateful for being a blessing to us all. Brother Rajesh, your hard work, sincerity and dedication is indeed praiseworthy. We salute your spirit of working tirelessly behind the scenes, managing the stationery and the sports talk, and shouldering the responsibility of being our dorm in charge for 3 years. Please accept our heartfelt gratitude and appreciation. May the sash of green never fade. May your strong arms never be weakened. May good health and the love of Christ always be with you.
From our overall development to shaping us into men of character, brothers do it all for us, and that too without expecting anything in return. Through thick and thin, you have always been with us. We shall always be grateful for your contribution in the crucial formative years of our life and also for the numerous opportunities for us to excel. Thank you once again, brothers, from the batch of 2020, and may God bless you all.
This year hasn't been very impressive. As a global society, we are surrounded by global crises. As a country, we have a long fight in front of us, and as a school, the fact that Brother Tomy would cease to be our principal is inconceivable. It's just last year when I first met Brother Tomy. During my interview, the memories are still very fresh. After having conveyed to him what my aspirations were and what I planned to achieve for this great nation, he just told me one small thing. He told me wherever you go, whatever you do, always do abide by the school motto. And that little statement became a guiding force. Wherever I was, whether I was at school or outside school, having discussions with important members of our Indian society, I always had that little statement kept close in my heart, and I always followed that little statement. Moreover, when I was in school, he always taught us through his experiences, how he dealt with situations at his hand, and how he traveled miles together to give us the best always. This last time, I take this opportunity to thank Brother Tomy for all that he has done for me, for all that he has done for us.
My dear brothers, father, sisters, and my dear team SGC. For the first time, I feel want of words. Normally, in all the gatherings, when I address you or address the students, I keep sitting there, and when I come here, I get the inspiration to speak from my heart. Today, all through this program, my mind was blank. And as long as I was looking at the screen, I never felt the absence of the students. Now when I stand here and looking that side, I do miss my students. But because of the social distancing that the government has enforced, the hall looks complete. The journey that I began 6 years ago with you has been momentous, joyful, and rewarding. And I must first of all acknowledge the strong team that I worked with. First of all, my energy came from the store of energy, the community. The backing, the support, and the encouragement that I received from my community, I can never discount. I had various brothers in the community, sisters working and supporting us. We had Father P.A. Joseph, Father Dominic, Father Prasannan, and for the last 3 years, Father Belamin. This campus holds potential to make wonders. What I felt on my arrival here in 2014, of course that was not the first time I ever entered into this campus. While I was in St. Joseph's from 97 to 99, I visited quite a few times. After which, in 99, month of May, I got transferred to here and I worked here for a year. I didn't complete a year. In the month of January, I had to leave for the preparation for my final commitment. After which, I moved on to Sikkim for my B.Ed and then various other institutions. And after a long gap of 14 years, it came as a shock to be placed here in St. George's, such a reverential and such a magnificent institution, to lead as principal. In fact, I was not sure whether my hands are strong enough, whether my legs will hold me firm to carry this institution with such legacy. But I know whenever I have spoken to the students, or whenever I have spoken to you, or even before that, I only say this one prayer. I do go to the chapel quietly and I do this prayer. Lord, I'm not here to project myself or for my sake. I am here for you, and if you wish to work through me, you work. If you wish to speak through me, you speak. Put in words into my mouth that might inspire my students and the staff. And all these years, that's what exactly I have been doing. So I take no credit for whatever you have shown as my achievements. It is never my achievement. It is, if at all, it can be called, it is our achievement. And my role in it was just pushing you a little bit extra and also seeking guidance. Because as brothers, none of us are here for ourselves. I used to tell you many a times, I used to tell the students also many a times, they will be known after this institution. They will be known as Mannerites. But I will never be known as a Mannerite. I will be always known as a patrician. Few brothers are lucky enough to be Mannerites who had the opportunity to study in this institution. But the rest of us, we come, we impact whatever way we can, and we depart. And 6 years is a long time for those who want to do a lot of things, and very short time to leave such an institution. But all the same, I do cherish every moment that I had in this institution. I do appreciate every sacrifice that we are collectively made. I strongly believe the strength of any institution is the sacrifices that we are ready to make. If we sacrifice, first of all, our ego, secondly, if we dedicate ourselves completely, entire energy for a common purpose, and if you continuously nurture that thought in you, and if you have no other intention, there is no way that we can go wrong. A mediocre like me, if I could accomplish a lot of things with you, anybody can do. It is not something that, as people might say, we cannot imagine the progress the school has made. Yes, we cannot imagine. We can never imagine the power of our determination, our commitment, our loyalty, and our love for the institution and the students. My effort has always been, from the day one I stepped into the school till this day, I observed and I tried to understand the logic behind certain things were done in this institution, because I can never judge that whatever has done is not in the right spirit. I know all the brothers who had been predecessors in leading this institution, not only as principal, but the community leaders or the the rest of the brothers who have toiled day in and day out without a word of appreciation from any quarters. We always feel, I have told you also many times, sometimes we feel shattered that there is not a word of appreciation. Sometimes we feel like giving up for working tirelessly for these children. Sometimes we feel they are just like stones. They don't realize anything what we are trying to do for them. But many a times I have been proved wrong in that assumption. Although I never expect gratitude or any action of gratitude from the students. But I'm sure all of you, the boarding staff, the teaching staff, the entire community, the SGC community, is going to stand together to give impetus to the flight that we have already begun. I would like to see and hear that we are always at the helm for which we dreamt of and for which we have accomplished, and we need to stay strong to continue to maintain that place of respect that we have achieved in society and in the hearts of the parents and the students. And if we continue to propel ourselves, I'm sure there is no stoppage. It is not that we are bidding farewell forever. My dearest students, whom I dearly miss at this occasion, and I know they have conveyed a lot of their love and appreciation to me personally, and I'm sure when you are taking class, they would have definitely shared their sentiments of all of us brothers who are leaving. And I'm sure they are going to come back with a tremendous fear. You should understand that. Because for them, it is a familiarity that gave them that confidence. Now when they think of, or the parents think of, they are facing a strange set of leadership team. But I am more than confident, within few months, they are going to experience their love and care and concern. I don't want to go back to the 2014, how you were feeling and how the Manorites were feeling. And I knew exactly what we were going through, each of you. But I never ever felt anything bad about it. The more you felt bad about me, I was completely at ease with that. Because I knew, I tried to understand how you would be going through, what you would be going through. When a principal like Christopher, who was so affectionate and loving, left, and suddenly a person comes and completely opposite to him, I can understand how you were feeling. And I never felt bad. Honestly, I'm saying, and I kept mentioning to you many times, but truly, I never felt bad. Whenever the students, the senior students telling the juniors, run for life, this has become a jail. That was words that they said. Parents came and told me on 2014 after sports. I had just taken, 3-4 months into my journey in St. George's after the sports. I think it was on 3rd of October that day. They came to me and quite a few parents surrounded me and said, "Brother, what is happening? Our children doesn't want to stay here. They feel it has become so strict. You have become so strict and unfriendly. Brother Christopher was so friendly. You should become a little more friendly with the children. They don't want to stay there. They wanted to all leave. And we are not looking for big academics thing. We just want our children to be happy and develop all-round development." I asked them, "What do you mean by all-round development?" Of course, they heard this term. Everybody talks about all-round development. Most of us doesn't know what do you mean by all-round development. I just told them, when I spoke to them on that day on the top flat, I said, all the students who are not willing to change for better, you can take them and go. That's exactly what I told them. All those who don't want to stay, all those who don't want to change for better, you can take them and go. And if it is only 100 or even 50 students left in the school who are willing to change for better, I will make it a better place for them, and I will definitely make it a better school to be in. And when they come back after the sports holiday, I had the parent-teachers meeting for the first time, and I conveyed what exactly I had in my mind. And that gave confidence to the parents, and the journey began from there. Although the children and most of you were not fully convinced, but still, the journey began there, and we are here. Time to say goodbye, not for ever. Definitely we'll come back to see the glory of St. George's, and I'm sure I have empowered, I honestly feel I have empowered each and every department to look after yourself and to take yourself forward, even without any other further push. Definitely you are going to have a huge support from Brother Joseph and Brother Ernest. I know both of them personally. Brother Joseph is my batchmate. We know each other for last 29 years, precisely. Okay? And Brother Ernest, we have worked together, and I was very happy, looking forward to working with him, even maybe a little further, but still. As all of you know, our journey as religious is always like this. We will never be allowed to root ourselves in a particular place. We will be uprooted and transplanted. And some soil is going to be fantastic, but irrespective of the soil, we are prepared and we are expected to take root fast and flourish and produce fruits, but who benefits from the fruits, it is not our job. And that is none of our concern either. But it is important that we produce good fruits. And I believe I have done justice to that commitment of ours. And I am going with the satisfaction of having accomplished every target that we have set. I don't think there is any target that I have left undone, because the one regret that I have is that I have not completed the sports complex. It could have been completed. My plan, my anticipation was that by May it would be complete, and I would have been able to hand over. But unfortunately, the scenario changed with the corona, and the work is near completion but not completed. But anyway, we are not in a hurry to get that done, because the students are not here. The flooring will be done, because all set, but only the flooring will be done before the students come, and it's going to be a fantastic place. And I will wait to hear the children and see. I have told some people to send me videos of children how they make use of that facility. The shooting range is almost complete. We need to fix the target now, and that will be done within next 3-4 days, I guess. But on the whole, I go with full satisfaction and happy and full thankfulness to each of you, absolute gratitude to every one of you for standing by me. And in case I have hurt any of you by my corrections, it is never done with any other intention except for the betterment of the school. I have done nothing to boost my ego. I hope you have understood that. I have sacrificed my ego many a times, but because I don't hold on to that. Whenever it comes to the betterment of the institution, I have laid flat. If I have to go down, I will give my shoulder down there to lift up the institution. That is the commitment I have always, and I have worked with that. And I'm grateful to each of you for making it a great experience. These 6 years of experience will always remain in my heart as cherished memories. God bless each of you, and probably the last speech. God bless all of you. Thank you.
Dear brothers, father, sisters, dear teachers, and office staff, and and other faculty members. As I stand here now, Brother Tommy said he felt first time short of words. How to start maybe. Now my problem is how to conclude. Well, we have seen from different students, teachers, and even from brothers, how STC has progressed from every year, that is those brothers who are in charge of this place. The history of STC, more than 100 years, or precisely more than 150 years. And all those who have come in this place, they have contributed positively for the development and progress of this institution. All the brothers, all the teachers, all those who worked in this institution in different capacities and responsibilities have made this institution what it is today. And looking at last 6 years, where Brother Tomy, Brother Carroll, all the other brothers, Brother Ernest Martin, Brother Alphonsus, Brother Rajesh, all of them, they have played their part very effectively to make this institution what it is today. As brother said, you are grown, you have become today efficient. As he described, much more than that. And there is no need for anybody to give a push. You are able to do yourself what is expected of you to do. I'm sure, as I stand today, what probably Brother Tomy felt 6 years ago, and probably that time he had a better crowd to listen or understand. Today I know that we are only a small number of people here, but that represents the whole. With your support and with all of us working together, we will move higher. STC will see better results in every area which they are brought up to that present day. I know if I look at the academics, whether it is ICSE or ISE, we can see the result of our students improved last 6 years, whether co-curricular or extracurricular activities, whether it is sporting events, whether it is the competition outside, whether the facilities that we see in SGC, we can see a tremendous development has taken place in this place. I congratulate and thank all of them for working hard. This is selfless service, and as brother said, putting first the welfare of our students and welfare of our team here, STC family. When we have such intention, I am sure all of us working together, we will see the positive result coming out. I once again thank, let me make it very short because I know we have gone beyond the time allotted. Thank once again all the brothers, Brother Tomy, Brother Carroll, Brother Rajesh, Brother Alphonse, Brother Ernest Martin, all others who worked last 6 years tirelessly to empower all of us here, including me, as I am here for last 1 month. I was going around with Brother Tomy, seeing things, understanding things, reflecting on many things, sometimes lost in thoughts. Suddenly he used to ask me, where are you? Are you here? Are you listening to me? So these were some of my thoughts that I had in my mind when moving around places and seeing things. I'm sure all these are the result of a determined mind, a focused mind, and taking things well prepared and prayerfully prepared, and then delivering things and executing with much perfection. Once again, thank all of brothers and all of you, the teachers, for working and traveling together and making the difference in the lives of every student. What you are and what you have done and what difference you have made. Definitely, everyone in SGC can say that you have influenced the lives of every child. There is definitely a difference that you have made in the lives of students who have gone through this institution. Thank you once again, brothers. Thank you, all of you, and we will work together, we will travel together. I always believe we are a team. Once the team works together, we are able to get desired result. If one of the members not supporting the team will probably not get the desired result. And as with Tomy said, SGC, the family, everyone is ready ever to give up themselves for the upliftment of this institution. I'm sure that spirit of family here exists very much, and we will work together on that. As SGC family, we will strive every day to improve further. I know that this has been achieved maximum. Still, we will try our level best to improve on what we have already achieved. Thank you very much, and God bless you all. Thank you, dear brothers, once again.
Salute you and honor you. Goodbye and God bless you all.